Hi guys, welcome back to another tactic tester today. Today we are testing another tactic by Naps again. This time it's the Sympathy for the Devil. Yep, it's another Nap tactic because his tactic is always the best, at least for me when I try it. But anyway, let's look at the formation today. We have a 4-2-2-2 today, a more defensive one with 2 DM with 2 Segundo Volante. That's kind of like a box-to-box midfielder but play in DM rather than central midfield. If I got chance, I will do a video about it. If you guys want to know what Segundo Volante do on the pitch, you can leave the comment. Tell me that you want to have a look at it, then I will consider doing a video about it. So we have Super Keeper on support, 2 complete wingback on attack, 2 ball playing defender, 2 Segundo Volante, I already mentioned that, 2 inverted winger on attack, 2 pressing forward on support. Mentality, we are on attacking. In possession, we attack fairly wide, pass into space, overlap right and left. Play our defense, slightly more direct passing, higher tempo, work ball into box, low crosses, run our defense. In transition, we're gonna counter press when possession has been lost, counter when possession has been won, distribute fullbacks, throw it long. Out of possession, we have use offside trap, defense narrow, much higher line engagement, and also much higher defensive line. Use tighter marking, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, extremely urgent pressing intensity, get stuck in. Players instructions, we have the left-sided pressing forward to shoot less often, which means he's gonna pass more. So the right-sided pressing forward will score more. But really depends because I got one of the tactic tester for Duke Ryan's 442. That one it's the opposite way around. If you want to have a look at that, you can click the link on top right. I leave a link to that. Inverted winger, right and left. Wow, a lot of instructions. We have the right one, have pass the shoulder, cross more often, shoot less often, roam from position, sit narrower, close down more, tackle harder, mark tighter. So the left one doesn't have the pass the shoulder. The rest is the same. We have 2 Segundo Volante. The left one have more significantly instructions than the right one. The left-sided Segundo Volante got instructions which the right one doesn't have is pass the shoulder, take fewer risks, and also close down more. I already compared before we start the video. Complete wingback, attack, both right and left is the same instructions. We have pass the shoulder, shoot less often, close down more, tackle harder, and mark tighter. The ball playing defender both also have the same instructions, which is just pass the shoulder. Super keeper and support will have tackle harder only. So for the set piece, it looks like this when we're defending. Not gonna go detail into it like I usually does. And then attacking wise, it look like this. If you want to copy it, you can do it manually by looking at this, but I will not go through it. According to Knap, this tactic is actually not the first time he made this tactic. This is the version for FM20, of course. This is a very attacking, high-scoring tactic for sub-top team, which we picked Schalke for today because they are not the greatest team in the Bundesliga. We're gonna look at the season preview now. Schalke are predicted to finish 4th, so they still can consider to be top, but of course not as good as Dortmund or Bayern. In my opinion, not as good as Leipzig as well. Napoli is the other team that we're gonna test the tactic sympathy for Devil. Let's look at the season preview for them. Okay, let's go here. They have in 3 competitions: Serie A, Champions League, and also the Italian Cup. Schalke only in 2, which is the Bundesliga and also the German Cup. Then let's continue look at the season preview. Napoli are predicted to finish 3rd. Let's swim forward and see how this tactic can do for this 2 teams. First up, we have Schalke as the champion of Bundesliga. As you can see here, 20 win, 7 draws, 7 loss, 67 points, 1 point ahead of Borussia Dortmund. Also, by me, it's a very tight race here. We have Michael Gregoritsch as the top goal scorer in the team. Also, the highest average rating. We have Amin Hari as the top assist. We score 2nd highest goals in the league, but considered least in the league. Have quite some number of yellow cards here. Let's look at the team stats. As we mentioned already, we have Michael Gregoritsch as the top goal scorer in the team. He's definitely playing as a striker, right? But he can play lots of positions. Let's just check, just in case. Yep, only striker, 39 games as the striker. We have Guido Bergskaller with 20 goals. Let's see if he also plays as striker. As you can see, he can play winger as well. So he can play lots of positions. Yep, he only plays as striker as well. 20 goals. We have Schoff with 6 goals. Does he play as a right wing or the right back? Let's see. Only right wing, right midfielder. Okay. Stuart Serda as DM, Segundo Volante, I guess. Yep, the Segundo Volante, 29 times, got 4 goals. Caligiuri, did he play as the right back? Mixed up quite a lot. He actually played everywhere. Right mid, left mid, right back as well. Got 4 goals. Amin Hari, I think he must be playing as the left midfielder. Yep, left midfielder. Got 4 goals as well. Kutung Chu playing as the striker, I think. Yep, 16 times, 3 goals. Todibo, 3 goals from centre back. Nastastric also got 2 goals from centre back. Let's look at the assists. We have Hari, already mentioned that, playing as the left midfielder. John Joe Kenny, definitely the right back, got 10 assists. Miranda, the left back, or did he play as the left mid as well? No, only left back, got 9 assists. We got Shove, the right mid, got 9 assists. Gregoric as the striker got 5 assists. Caligiuri as the playing everywhere guy got 4 assists. Weston McKennie as he can only play DM and central midfield. Definitely the Segundo Volante got 3 assists. Seda as the Segundo Volante got 2 assists. Mascare also the Segundo Volante got 2 assists as well. Most chances created in the team, ignore the sub actually. Okay, we got Hari, of course, 0.64 per 90 minutes, the best. Bawaraman, yeah, not Bawaraman, sorry, Benito Raman, didn't play much, so ignore him. Right wing back John Joe Kenny got 0.6. Shoff, right midfielder got 0.53. Caligiuri, the everywhere guy, got 0.43. Gregoric as a striker got 0.39. Most key passes we have Ospica, but he didn't play much, 2.03. The right back John Joe Kenny got 1.83, and then Weston McKennie, Segundo Volante got 1.65. Juan Miranda, the left back, got 1.37. Seda, Segundo Volante, got 1.29. Hari got quite low, I'm surprised. He got 1.22 at the left midfielder. Best average rating player, of course, we have Gregoric. I already mentioned that. Seda, second, with 7.27. Ospica, just ignore him because he didn't start much. John Joe Kenny, third, 7.24. Giederberg started the second striker, got 7.21. Oh, wait. We also win the DFB Pokal, not just the Bundesliga. We did the double with Schalke. Okay. Schalke, sorry. Let's look at league stats first before we go into the schedule. We have Gregoric, 20 goals, second, just behind Haaland as the top goal scorer. Anyone else there? Bergstahl got 18 as well. Average rating we have Michael Gregoric, fourth with 7.36. Shield Stella also quite high with 7.27 in the league. Assist wise, we have Amin Hari, 11 in the league, third place, followed by Miranda, the left back, with 9, and then Schroff, the right mid, at 8, and John Joe Kenny got 7 at right back. Most player of match, we have Gregoric with 9. Nürnberg, the player that's going to Bayern soon, got the most clean sheet in the league. So I guess our defense are doing quite well in the league. Weston McKennie got the most yellow card in the league. Team stats, okay. We didn't have much possession because we tried to go a little bit more there. We got 44%, 16 in the league. Most goals scored, we only beaten by the rival Dortmund. 2 goals more than us, but 63, not as much as I expect according to Knap, like, because Knap say this is a high scoring tactic. Compared to Lisa's the Hulk, this score almost half. We got the best crossing completion ratio, also the most crosses completed. Got the most chances created with 119. Got the most shots on target as well, 305. But our shots on target ratio is not the best, 51% only, beaten by Paderborn and Leipzig. Conversion rate also not the best. Probably this is why the problem. We didn't score that much. We got only 10% conversion rate compared to the Dortmund 13%. 3% less is quite a lot when you take a lot of shots. We got the most dribbles per game, 19 per game. Conceded the least, I already mentioned that we got 1 less than Bayern. Most clean sheets in the league, be Dortmund, Leipzig and Bayern Munich. Let's look at the Bundesliga first, then we will have a look at the DFB Pokal schedule. We start off not greatest one. Lost to Mönchengladbach straight away 1-2 at our first league game, but won against Bayern Munich second game. Consider that take and loss. And then lost to Leipzig 3-0 here. Gone an unbeaten run for quite a while, beaten Dortmund 5-1 here. Until we lost to Bayern Leverkusen 1-2 away. And then lost to Bayern Munich in January 1-0. Draw 0-0 against Leipzig at home. Lost to Cologne 1-2. Lost to Dortmund 1-0 away. And how does this form win the league? I have no idea actually. Okay, this is very interesting. This is not the greatest head-to-head results I have, like not the greatest result. I mean, because we have tactics that beaten lots of top teams, but still occasionally losing to the smaller team. Still quite weird. Let's look at the DFB Pokal first because we also won the DFB Pokal. First game we already suffer. Need to go to extra time to beat this Schalke. That's not even having a league in the game. We got quite easy end to the DFB Pokal, beating Werder Bremen 3-2, Cologne 1-0 away. Leipzig is probably the hardest one, also Dortmund, but still beating Leipzig 2-0 away, beating Stuttgart in penalty in the final. Let's look at the game we lost and draw. Okay, the games draw are not greatest. Also, the game that lost against some big team as well, Leverkusen, Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Leipzig, Mönchengladbach, still somehow win the league with this kind of results. Okay, let's look at Napoli then. Okay, Napoli also won the league by 12 points. Okay, this is a bigger gap than I expected. We have Mertens, top goal scorer, Callejon, highest average rating, Insigne and Callejon as the most assists. We didn't score the most goals as well. Yeah, I thought you'd say this is the high scoring tactic. And then, but consider the least as well, like Schalke. Okay, 16 goals is very, very less. Schalke played only 34 games because they're in Bundesliga, but we played 38 games in Serie A, still consider only 16 goals. That is very, very less. Most goals we have Mertens, 21 goals, already mentioned that. Let's see. Oh, Mertens can only play striker, cannot play left mid or right mid. Okay, good. Milik, probably the other striker, 20 goals. Let's see, checking. Oh, he can only play striker, okay. Let's take away the players not known at a club. That will be easier for us. There we go. We have Insigne probably as the left mid. He got 9 goals. Let's check now. Yep, left midfielder, but check it anyway. Left mid, sometimes striker as well. Okay. Then we got Lozano, 8 goals, 17 appearance off the bench, 15 starting. Let's see. He play mostly striker, okay. But as a backup, Callejon, 7 goals, probably the right midfielder. Yep, right midfielder. Manuel centre back, 5 goals. Alan, the Segundo Volante, 5 goals. Politano, 4 goals, quite a lot of appearance off the bench. 11 assists with that kind of appearance. Okay, that's very interesting. We have him playing mostly on the right, sometimes a striker as well. Okay, most assists we have Callejon as the right mid, and then Insigne 13 also on the left mid. So the wingers are majority creating the assists for this team. Politano also playing the right mid. Alan, Segundo Volante, 5 assists. Gulam, the left back, 4 assists. Hisach, the right back, 4 assists, but he's not the first choice right back. Fabian, let's see, where did he play? Segundo Volante, I guess. Yep, sometimes left and right mid as well. Mario Rui, the backup left back to Gulam, also got 3 assists. Di Lorenzo, this is the first right back, I think. Yes, indeed. Most chances created per 90 minutes, we have Callejon with most 0.72, Insigne 0.71 second, which is the wingers that majority creating, like I say, look at assists. Gulam 0.63 and left back. Malcut, the backup right back. Okay, knock him then. The backup right mid, Politano got quite high as well. Fernando Llorente, so many appearances off the bench. Di Lorenzo, the right back, got quite high as well. Most key passes we got Boca, the backup Segundo Volante, I guess. Di Lorenzo at right back actually created lots of key passes. Malcut also from right back. Gulam from left back. Segundo Volante Alan also quite high. And then Fabian, the Segundo Volante as well. Highest average rating we have Callejon, and then followed by Di Lorenzo, the right back, Insigne, left mid. We only lost 1 game entire season, which is just to Genoa away. Draw 8 games. Where's Juventus? Oh, Juventus quite far behind us actually. We have Mertens, top goal scorer in the team with 15 only. Ronaldo got 33. This is not the first time we're seeing that. Let's see if anyone else there up there. We got Milik 14. Okay. Most assists we have Insigne with 10, but not the best in the league. Politano with 7. Backup Ramit considered not bad, I say. Most player of match we have Milik 5, and then Goulam with 4. Insigne with 4 as well. Clean sheets we have the most in the league with Maran 21. Yellow cards we have Koulibaly with 12. Anyone else? Actually, not that much. Team stats we have 10. In the average possession we have 50%. Not too bad consider when you compare with Schalke. 5th in the most yellow cards 95, and then red cards also not that much. 4 only is normal, not that high. Juventus scored the most goals 84 compared to our 70. Probably because of Ronaldo, but still not scoring that much, like I say. Also, didn't have the best cross completion ratio compared to Schalke. Also, not the most crosses completed. This is different. Also, not the most chances created. 119 behind Juventus, but still Juventus didn't win the league. I don't know how. Shots on target ratio, we are 4th with 52%. Juventus are quite low. Probably this is one of the reasons. They have the most shots on target compared to us. Conversion ratio, they are higher than us, actually the same, but still probably because of the shots on target ratio we have higher than them, which is 5% more. We didn't win the Italian Cup, also the Champions League, but Champions League is hard, but Italian Cup knockout by Juventus. We will now look at the schedule. Okay, we start off in the league pretty well, go unbeaten in the league until here. December lost to Genoa, which means we never lost a game since then. Go in the league, I mean, but not the Champions League. We knocked out by Man City 4-1 in aggregate in the quarterfinal. Let's look at the game that we lost and also some highlights. We lost to Bayern Munich in the September in the Champions League group, but we had some good results here. 4-1 against Benfica, 4-0 against Milan, 5-0 against Lokomotiv Moscow, 4-1 against Fiorentina, 1-0 against Bayern Munich, and 1-1 against Roma in Kuwait. But 1-0 against Juventus is not too bad. 3-0 against Inter, lost to Juventus in the Italian Cup quarterfinals, which means we are no longer in it. 3-3 against Sampdoria, that's a big score. Lost to Barcelona, which means we lost them twice. Lost to Barcelona in the first knockout round, leg 1. We won against them 6-2 in the second leg to qualify for the quarterfinal, but got knocked out by Man City here. Draw 2-2 against Milan, 1-0 against Fiorentina, 2-0 against Atalanta, 1-0 against Genoa, 1-0 against Inter, 1-1 against Juventus. Did we even beat Juventus once? Lost here. 1-1. Okay, at least 1-1. Draw against SPL. 1 against Parma in the last day. Overall, this tactic is not as high scoring as Knap say. I don't know why. Is it the conversion rate? I'm not sure, but the defensively is very well. As you can see, Napoli and Schalke both did pretty well with the defensive record. If you enjoyed this tactic tester, make sure you leave a thumbs up to this video and also subscribe to the channel, and I will see you again soon. Bye.